having a good day. It's a Bucida buceras. Its common name is a shady lady black olive tree. You can see it's got quite the wingspan on it. I bought this in March of 2019. I'm going to show you that picture when I bought it. I did buy it to get as a yard tree, and then I decided at that particular point in time, I was barely into the hobby, but I decided at that particular point in time that little seedling was too spindly to just put in the yard the way it was, so I decided to keep it in the container for a little bit, try to get it to grow while I picked a spot in the yard. I got into the hobby, and then I also just kind of realized that these things get really big, and I didn't really have a spot in the yard for it. I didn't realize how quick they grew either. So, then I just started realizing, maybe I can make a decent tree out of it. I still sometimes consider putting it in the yard, but for now, I'm just going to try to keep it in a container. At least if I do decide to put it in the yard, it'll be a little bit bigger and mature and have a healthy root ball and have a better chance for survival, no matter how long I wait. I do, because of the size of it, I only have a couple trees that are even anywhere near this big. So because of the size of it, you're going to pick up some of my background color, but you're getting a little window into pretty much how cluttered my brain is, because it pretty much looks like my desk at work. But I have been kind of going with a little bit of just a big hard prune in early spring, and then I've just been kind of letting it go the rest of the year, and then I've just been doing a hard prune in early spring. Of course, I've only had it since 2019, so I haven't really had that much work to do on it, that much time to work with it. I'm going to try to do, it'll be a hard prune today, but maybe not quite as hard as I usually do in the spring. In the spring, I cut it back to almost nothing. We do get this little second growth spurt. They go through the spring growth spurt, and then they definitely grow all summer. But right now, I think, as it gets like a little less sun, the heat becomes like, somewhat less, like unbearable as it is through June and July. Still really hot, but they don't spend quite as much time in the sun, and then also rainy season is really kicking in. So I've noticed like it's getting another little growth spurt. So I'm going to go ahead and just prune it hard, see what it looks like. So I do believe that this would be the front. I guess me standing behind there really does block everything. I do believe this would be the front. I'm not so sure I like the way that this steps up there. And this little piece here might be a little awkward. But I think that would be the front. The back, I feel like you can see the trunk a little bit better. but it just kind of looks like everything's kind of going up in some directions that don't really have like a pad. I mean, obviously I'm going for like a flat top type of look, where I feel like from that side there it is a little more, you know, what you picture, you know, being the they call it an African flat top, just a tree you might see in the desert in Africa. Or, but anyhow, I better stop. My Edward Scissorhands has been getting the better of me. I might just keep on chopping and chopping if I'm not careful. And I did kind of want to do a little more of a lighter prune than I usually do in the spring. You know, we'll get this fall growth spurt and see what it looks like. I might address these a little more in the spring. I did look back at the original video and some of the pictures of the original repot, and these were not there